The USS Gerald R navigates through turbulent waters while maintaining a steady course toward its designated coordinates.
Radar operators monitor the surrounding perimeter as an unidentified sonar contact emerges from the deep abyssal oceanic trench. Something massive shifts within the dark thermal layers, dwarfing every known biological organism currently documented by modern science. The technician identifies a biological signature measuring over 80 feet in length, traveling at an impossible submerged speed.
General quarters is sounded across the vessel, as the crew prepares for a threat they cannot yet identify.
A prehistoric predator, long thought extinct, breaches the surface and reveals its terrifying scale to the stunned crew.
The Megalodon circles the carrier, its immense size rivaling the secondary support ships within the Naval Strike Group. A direct impact vibrates through the multi-billion-dollar vessel, causing secondary systems to flicker and lose primary power.
The Admiral orders a non-lethal deterrent, hoping to drive the apex predator away from the nuclear-powered propulsion systems.
Anti-submarine mortars are deployed into the wake, creating a wall of sound designed to disorient the creature's senses. The shockwaves ripple through the water column, but the Megalodon remains undeterred by the human attempt at intervention.
The ancient hunger drives the beast as it strikes the ship's rudder, attempting to disable the carrier's steering capabilities. Engineers struggle to stabilize the hydraulic pressure, while the ship begins a slow, unintended drift to the port. The airborne units provide a bird's-eye view of the underwater assault, relaying critical data back to the fleet commander.
From above, the scale of the conflict becomes clear as the living fossil prepares for another massive strike.
Each impact delivers thousands of pounds of force, testing the structural integrity of the world's most advanced warship.
This is not a random encounter, but a territorial defense by a creature that has reclaimed its kingdom.
Small arms fire is authorized to deter the creature if it attempts to breach the lower deck openings.
The sheer displacement of water creates a localized tidal wave that sweeps across the lower utility platforms nearby.
A Mark 46 torpedo is prepared for launch, aimed at a non-vital area to shock the giant predator. The weapon speeds through the water at 40 knots, locked onto the massive acoustic signature of the Megalodon.
Exhibiting surprising intelligence, the beast evades the initial strike and turns its aggression toward the smaller escort ship.
The destroyer takes a brutal hit, its sonar dome shattered by the sheer force of the shark's momentum.
Casualty reports remain low, but the strike group's defensive perimeter has been compromised by the creature's sudden counterattack.
The predator targets the propulsion system, risking its own life to disable the source of the ship's vibration. One of the 4 main shafts is forced into an emergency shutdown to prevent further mechanical catastrophic failure. The fleet commander realizes they are not fighting a fish, but a force of nature that cannot surrender.
Marine biologists on board the carrier attempt to gather data to find a weakness in the creature's thick hide.
The camera reveals ancient scars from battles with unknown leviathans, proving this specimen is a veteran of survival.
Visual contact is lost as the creature destroys the observation equipment, returning the fleet to a state of blindness.
As darkness envelops the strike group, the tactical advantage shifts further toward the predator, hiding in the depths.
The crew maintains a vigilant watch, knowing the Megalodon could strike from any direction under cover of night. The beast resurfaces, its breathing audible, as a heavy spray of mist from its blowhole-like gills hits the air.
Red light reflects off the shark's wet skin, revealing the true magnitude of the creature's massive muscular frame.
Structural damage reaches a critical point as the elevator is jammed, preventing aircraft from being moved to the deck. The impact has severed a primary power line, plunging several sections of the ship into a disorienting darkness.
Damage control teams work tirelessly to patch leaks and restore power while the beast continues its relentless assault. A brief silence falls over the ocean as the creature retreats, but the sonar indicates it is circling. The shark is gaining momentum for a high-speed ramming maneuver, a tactic observed in smaller modern shark species.
Technology meets prehistory as the Navy prepares its most advanced weapon to defend the pride of the fleet.
The velocity of the predator is unprecedented, creating a cavitation bubble as it tears through the ocean water. The near miss sends a massive shockwave through the water, momentarily stunning the creature and breaking its high-speed charge. The Navy has finally landed a blow, but the predator's thick hide and massive bulk absorb the impact.
It learns from the encounter, shifting its tactics to remain deep where the railgun cannot effectively target it.
To make matters worse, a massive storm system is converging on their position, complicating the ongoing defensive efforts.
Visibility drops to near zero as the Atlantic storm unleashes its fury upon the already battered naval fleet. Hidden by the churning waves, the monster moves within striking distance of the carrier's primary fuel intake valves.
A catastrophic leak begins, coating the surface of the water in a highly flammable layer of aviation fuel.
The ocean is set ablaze, creating a hellish landscape of fire and water that surrounds the Gerald Ford.
The creature's resilience is terrifying as it continues its hunt through the burning fuel and crashing ocean waves.
The ship is taking on water faster than the pumps can clear it, threatening the stability of the carrier.
Navy divers face a suicidal mission, entering the flooded lower decks to seal the breached industrial steel bulkheads. The predator watches the humans through the glass, its intelligence shining through its cold, black, primordial shark eyes. A curtain of explosives is the last hope to keep the beast away from the ship's vulnerable midsection.
The sheer power of the creature's tail can generate enough force to crush a small naval vessel easily. Thousands of gallons of blue liquid are pumped into the water, creating a toxic cloud for the predator. The deterrent works briefly, causing the shark to pull away and thrash in the chemical-laden Atlantic seawater.
Nature's fury and the prehistoric monster combine to create a submergence.
In an act of pure aggression, the beast breaches the deck, its massive weight crushing parked naval vehicles.
The raw power of the Megalodon on land is just as dangerous as it is in the water.
Bullets bounce off the prehistoric hide, which has evolved over millions of years to withstand incredible physical trauma.
The acoustic cannons fire, sending invisible waves of energy through the water to shatter the creature's sensory perception. It descends into the midnight zone, a place where no human weapon can easily reach it without failure.
The sailors work with mechanical precision, knowing their window of safety is limited by the predator's next move. Repairing the ship during a storm is a Herculean task, but the survival of the fleet depends. The creature is attracted to the electromagnetic field generated by the carrier's massive, twin, A-1B nuclear reactors. The Joint Chiefs of Staff discuss the Omega Protocol, a last resort option to neutralize the prehistoric threat. This weapon contains a neural disruptor, designed to shut down the nervous system of large-scale biological aquatic organisms. The Megalodon is committing to a final, suicidal strike, intending to sink the intruder once and for all. The command is given, and the prototype weapon is launched with a soft, pneumatic hiss into the sea. Paralyzed, the giant predator floats toward the surface, no longer a threat to the steel giant it hunted.
The battle is over, and the prehistoric king of the ocean lies defeated by 21st century naval technology.
The Navy now faces a choice: destroy the living fossil, or attempt to study it for scientific progress.
The logistics of moving an 80-foot shark are unprecedented, requiring the most advanced lifting equipment in the world.
Sedatives are administered via harpoon to to ensure the creature remains docile during the long transport back to land. The damaged carrier leaves the battlefield. Its mission changed from power projection to a desperate race for repairs.
Metallurgists will study these marks for years, marveling at the biological force required to penetrate such heavy armor.
The secret is out, and the world must now reckon with the fact that the Megalodon lives.
The Predator is now a prisoner, held in a facility designed to withstand a small nuclear blast event.
They hope to unlock the secrets of its longevity and power, perhaps integrating its biology into future designs.
The data suggests the captured specimen was merely a juvenile, and the true adults are now rising.
The abyss is waking up, and the balance of power on the high seas is about to shift.
He realizes that their victory was temporary and that a much larger conflict is looming on the horizon.
Man's dominance over the ocean is a fragile illusion that can be shattered by a single ancient bite.
This documentary was filmed on location with the cooperation of the United States Navy and the Atlantic Fleet.